guys, it's Emily. So right now I want to do a girl talk for you guys about birth control. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this girl talk is side effects, pros and cons, my experience with it, and I just want to cover all 9 yards about birth control. Have gotten a lot of requests about making a video about birth control, surprisingly, so I felt like I should cover this topic and make it a girl talk because I feel like this would be the perfect video to put on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get this started. Okay, before I get started, I want to make a disclaimer. So if you're not comfortable with talking about anything female reproductive system or anything like that, or if you're a male and you're not comfortable, you guys can exit this video, and this video is not for you. But if you want to stay and know more facts about birth control and any sort of things that I've experienced with it or anything like that, and males, if you want to learn about what females actually go through, you are more than welcome to stay. I just wanted to make that disclaimer because I know many people don't like to talk about important topics like this. So yeah, I just wanted to make that quick disclaimer. The first thing I want to talk about is the different forms of birth control. I know several birth controls from the top of my head, but I did pull up a picture just to make sure I know the names of them and stuff like that. So I feel like birth control is very important to talk about, and I feel like it is such an important thing for females to know about. So that's why I wanted to make this video, mainly is for people that have requested this video for a while now, and also I feel like I said, it is important to talk about. Birth control has many pros and cons to it. Birth control has many side effects to it. Birth control has many experiences, and what I mean by that, different females go through different things with birth control. Different females pick different birth controls for their body, and some females have no choice. Well, they have a choice, but it benefits some females also. So I'm going to name a couple of the birth controls that some females that I know of, or I've heard of, or I've seen, or I heard on the TV, wherever I've heard it. I'm going to tell you guys the ones I mainly know. So the first one that is a big one is the birth control pill. A second one is a condom, and I know that sounds silly, but a condom is definitely something that protects pregnancy, protects you from getting pregnant and STDs and anything like that. So yes, it is some sort of form of birth control. An IUD, a hormonal ring, I think those are the main ones I know. Oh, an implant. So the hormonal ring and the IUD is more where they insert it into your female area, and the pill is one where you just take it daily, and then the implant is also where they implant it inside you. So those are the different forms of birth control. I'm pretty sure there's many more, but those are the main ones that I know of. And the one that I'm gonna talk about mainly, because this is what my experience is with birth control. So my experience with birth control. Now we're gonna get into this. So what form of birth control I am on is the birth control pills. Now I do have my pills near me. This is the case for it. Now when I first went to the OBGYN, I did not think I was going to get put on birth control. I'd never wanted to be put on birth control, but this is how it looks. Now it's completely empty, just because I use a pill case, and I usually put it throughout the week, but it is completely empty, and I'm supposed to be getting a new one this Sunday. So I take the birth control pill. Now, what mine usually looks like, if you guys would like to see a picture, I will pop a picture right here somewhere of the one I take. So through 3 weeks of my birth control, they are all pink. Okay? Now, and then the 4th week is brown pills. Now, the reason why they're two different colors is 3 weeks I'm taking hormones to build up. As some of you guys may know, I'm on birth control for other issues that I've had with my health, and the ones that I'm taking is because I have too many male hormones, which is called testosterones. I think that's how you say it, testosterones. And they want me to take birth control because my hormones are imbalanced. So I take 3 weeks of the pink pill, and then the 4th week, the 4th week is the brown pill, which is supposed to help me get my period. Now, ever since I've been on it for 2 years, since February of 2018, and have I had bad experiences? Yes. Have I had good experiences? Yes. The one thing that I can say that has helped me with the birth control pill is my periods regulating. I was diagnosed with PCOS in February of 2018. And when I was diagnosed with PCOS, they automatically said that birth control can help with my condition. So PCOS, if you guys don't know, I've talked about it many times on my channel, but PCOS, if you guys don't know, is polycystic ovary syndrome. And it pretty much is a hormonal imbalance. Some females get it for too many female hormones, and some females get it for too many male hormones. And it's a normal thing. It's a very common thing, and I never knew what it was until I went to multiple doctors and stuff like that. I'm still learning 2 years later about it because it's just such an important thing to learn about. So I just want to know more facts about it and stuff like that. But when I went to the OBGYN, they told me that birth control pills or any sort of birth control can help me with my hormonal imbalance with PCOS. So that was one of the big main reasons why I got put on it. Another reason why I got put on birth control was because I didn't get my period for 7 months prior to getting diagnosed with PCOS. I got diagnosed with hypothyroidism in 2016 or 2017. I think it was 2016 that I got diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And my periods weren't regulating still, even though I was just diagnosed with hypothyroidism. Now, hypothyroidism is also a hormonal issue with the thyroid. So for 7 months straight, I didn't get my period, and I was obviously concerned because I was like, something's not right. And I kept going to my mom and telling her I didn't get it this month. I didn't get it this month. I didn't get it this month. And it was concerning because I knew there was something wrong. Obviously, I was not pregnant. I would have obviously been showing by then. So I went to the OBGYN, and that's when I got diagnosed with PCOS. So, birth control has been a blessing for me in a way because it has helped me. I felt, okay, before I got put on any medications for both my issues, I didn't feel right. Like, I know that sounds a little silly, but I never felt like, not normal, but I felt like there was always something wrong with me. Like I always looked at other females and would be like, why don't they have the issues that I have? Because when I was having issues, I had facial hair, I had excessive body hair, I've had just multiple issues, and I've always was like, is there something wrong with me, and blah 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 blah. And I just kept questioning, like, am I crazy? Like, obviously I'm not crazy, because there is many females with this issue. And birth control has been a blessing and a curse in a way, but my experience overall has been alright. Um, my side effects that I personally deal with is multiple side effects. I deal with a lot of stomach pains, a lot of like cramping before my period. Now, I know cramping is normal when you get your period, but I'm talking about I get cramps through 3 weeks, 2 weeks prior before my period. And I deal with a lot of stomach issues, like where I am always in pain and stuff like that. And another side effect I deal with is nausea, sore breast. I deal with um, before, see, with birth control, it's like, it's annoying because when I do get my period, there's days where I'll just get it for one day and that's it. And then the next month I'll get it for like 6 days. So my body's just like kind of at a wave. um, and I do, like, there's times that I might not even get it. And I have asked my primary doctor, my OBGYN, about it, and they said that it's normal for me especially. So yeah, so birth control has been a blessing and a curse for me. But overall, the side effects, like, there's times I get like really bad migraines. I deal with a lot of fatigue. But that's also with my other issues that I'm dealing with. So it's kind of like my thyroid and my PCOS are kind of like fighting against each other. So where there's different side effects with thyroid and there's different side effects with PCOS, and then I'm on all these medications to help with all the issues. So my birth control has, helped me a lot. The pros to my birth control has, it helped me regulate my period. I'm so blessed for that because I've never had an issue with my period ever. My whole life I've never had it until 2016. That's when that whole thing happened where I didn't get it for 7 months, and it was obviously concerning. So that's where I was like, that's where it was like a shocker moment for me, because it was like, ooh, this is scary. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I don't know nothing about like the female area. I am not an OBGYN or a specialist or anything like that. So it was a little freaky for me. But that's one of the benefits. It did regulate my periods. It prevents me from getting pregnant. Now, if some of you guys don't know that PCOS can have infertility issues, but you're supposed to get tested for that. So I right now don't know if I have fertility issues. So birth control does prevent you from getting pregnant. It's definitely beneficial. It's 99% accurate to not getting you pregnant. So that's one of a good things too. Another thing that's a pro for me, it's helped me with my excessive amount of hair. It definitely decreased it a lot. So that is definitely a blessing for me because I've always been insecure about that, especially. So now that you guys know about my experience with birth control, I want to start telling you guys the pros and cons of it. So let me go to things I've written down. So I'm going to go over the pros of birth control pills. So the first pro is protects you from pregnancy. I just said this. That is a pro to me. Another thing, it regulates periods. Another thing is regulates your hormones. Now, there are different forms of birth control pills. Mine is a different form just for me. There are different types where there is no week for some people. There are just 3 weeks of birth control pills. Some people just take it just to not get pregnant, but there are some people that need to take it because of issues that are going on with their body. So I just want to make that clear. Okay. It helps with hormonal acne. I've heard a lot of people say that birth control has helped them with hormonal acne or acne in general. I've never had an acne issue, so I cannot talk for people that have actual acne. But what I've read, that it has helped people with hormonal acne. It reduces the chances with ovarian cyst, which is a big thing with PCOS. So it does, I don't know if you guys know what cysts are, but it's pretty much little sacs, we could say, on the ovaries. And some females get it and they don't even know that they have it. But there are some females that have to go to the ER or they're, get checked because some females like cry of pain. So some females, it does help with reducing the chance of cyst. And then the last thing I wrote is treats polycystic ovary syndrome. Like I said, there's different forms of birth control. Different females take it for different things. So the next thing is cons. So the side effects that I feel like are the worst cons to, like the worst things for birth control is sore breasts, nausea, mood swings, headaches, increased appetite. I personally have been through each and every one of these side effects. I've had an increased appetite, I've had sore breasts, nausea, headaches, like it's just a horrible feeling. Another con to birth control is weight gain. Let me tell you guys, my thyroid and my PCOS have been fighting against each other with my weight issue. So weight gain puts a big factor with birth control. So that's what I mean, that birth control is a blessing and a curse. I've always had weight issues since young, but birth control has been like weird with me with my weight. So there's times that like I'll gain 6 pounds and then there's times that I'll lose like 6 pounds. It's just like really weird. Another con, birth control pills have to be taken daily. Now, why that's important, if you don't take it daily, you have to stop it completely until you get your new prescription. Because it's just going to throw off your body, honestly. I've never missed any of my pills, because I take pills on a daily, so I always remember like, oh, I have to take my pills, I have to take my pills, I have to take my pills. And if you're a person that has like bad time remembering stuff like that, whether you take it for health issues or whether you just take it just to take it, just put a reminder on your phone, or get like a pill case so it's there and it's sitting there right in front of your face and you see it. Because these little things, some people just throw it on a desk or whatever and they forget to take it, you know what I mean? So that's one of the cons to birth control, is some people are very forgetful, so about remembering to take it daily. The next thing that is a con for birth control, there is no protection against STDs. There has been many females that have thought that they are protected. They are protected from STDs and prevent you from getting pregnant. I'm not saying that you cannot get pregnant at all while you're on the pill, while you have an IUD, whatever, any sort of birth control. You have a still chance that even though it's 99% accurate, there's still that 1% chance that you could possibly get pregnant on the pill. I've heard many stories. I'm on a support group for my PCOS, and there are females that are on birth control that have IUDs, that have high, like, shots because of birth control. and they still have gotten pregnant. So don't think that you cannot get pregnant. Okay? And another thing, you are in no safety with STDs. So make sure your man, your bae, your friends with benefits, whoever this person is wrapping it up, or whatever the case is. Make sure they're wrapping it up, because you do not want a sexual transmitted disease. So you have no safety with that. The last thing is, which this is one of my biggest issues, is it may interfere with other medications. This has been another issue for me. My medications all, like, there's times where one medication will interfere with the other, and then there's another medication that will interfere with the other. So don't think that birth control is just, like, there are going to be times where they're going to have to switch you. They're going to either have to switch you with your other medications or your birth control, so that way your medications are not going against each other in a way. Am I missing anything? Overall, birth control, like I said, is a blessing and a curse. So yeah, some people, another thing I'm going to tell you guys, some people take it for 21 days. Some people take it for 28 days. I take it for 28 days. So it's just like a touchy topic to talk about, because I know, like, it's just like, it's hard, because a lot of females don't know much about birth control. And like I said, I am not no doctor. I am not no expertise about birth control. This is what I have learned over the last 2 years through my doctors, through reading up on it, through just my experience with it. Like, it's birth control, any form of birth control is definitely going to be a roller coaster. Mine definitely has been a roller coaster with my mood swings. Let me tell you, my mood swings are like over 200. Like, it gets so bad, and I feel like I have zero control over that because of my birth control on top of that. Like, it's so hard to not cry, to not be angry, to not be frustrated, to not want to sleep all day. Like, it's just like a mix of things. So birth control definitely has its benefits, and it definitely has its sad moments. But don't get very doubtful with birth control. If you're very skeptical about taking it and stuff like that, make sure you talk to, like, your healthcare provider, whether it's your PCP or your OBGYN. I feel like the OBGYN would know best about it, or a specialist if you want to get really in depth with it, but I feel like your OBGYN knows best about birth control. And even when you get it from the pharmacist, ask them questions. Make sure, if you're iffy about taking birth control, I know I was very iffy about it when I first started, because I was like anti, like, no, I'm not being on birth control. I've seen too many stories about it, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't realize how many benefits it had and how many cons it had. So I definitely had to do my research on my own and definitely embrace it, and also be sad about it. So definitely just talk to your doctors about it, because there are different options for birth control. But personally, like I said, I take the birth control pill, which I'm actually happy with. I literally, it's just another pill added to my other medications. So I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk. I hope this was a little helpful and you learned a lot more about birth control, and I hope you guys understand my experience and stuff like that. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form telling you guys to take my advice or anything like that, but I've named most of the stuff that you will see on the internet, you will hear from your doctors. I just wanted to make this girl talk because birth control is important, and birth control helps in many ways. And like, you guys don't understand, like, some of you guys may not understand when you're 16 or when you're 25. Your body, there's a lot to learn about it, especially when you're a female. Your body is growing, your body is evolving. So like, you just gotta help it in any way, shape, or form. Just think of us as flowers in a way. We're like a little flower that's just sprouting from the ground, and we just gotta keep giving it water, gotta keep giving it sun, gotta keep giving it this, that, until we're a beautiful flower. That's how I look at this, is we just have to help our bodies and help our bodies evolve and grow, and just take care of it. Make sure you're taking care of it. Make sure you're taking care of your diet, your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, because that is also important. So I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.